On April 10, 1912, the Titanic, the largest and most luxurious ship ever built, sailed from Southampton for New York. She was 882.5 feet long and carried over 2,000 people. The Titanic can never sink, said her builders. It was April 14th. The night was calm and clear. There was no moon, but there was bright starlight. The Atlantic was like a sheet of glass, smooth and level. Fleet and Lee were the two lookouts on duty that night. They were the eyes of the ship. They were watching. They looked at the calm sea. They looked at the clear sky. They also looked at the beautiful dogs the rich passengers were carrying. Some of the passengers were talking about their dogs. "Where's my pet?" asked Harper, one of the passengers. He was a rich publisher. "There," said Daniel and pointed to his own dog. Daniel was a big banker. "That's not mine. It's a bulldog." "It's yours," replied Harper. "Where are you, Myla?" "There you are." "Oh yes. Found him?" asked Daniel. "Yes," replied Harper. "Come on, my pet." "Robert, I haven't seen Julie's animal." "Is that one there hers?" "No, it isn't," replied Daniel. "It's Rita's. There. That's her. Beautiful, isn't it?" said Harper. "Aren't any of Moore's dogs making the trip? I want to see them." "I don't think they are. But they are not his. His brother bought them," replied Daniel. It was warm and comfortable inside the huge ship, but outside it was cold and windy. Fleet and Lee were feeling cold. The sea was still calm. The night was clear. It was 11:40 p.m. The watch was almost over and there was nothing unusual. The Titanic was racing across the sea. Suddenly Fleet saw something ahead. It was dark and small. An iceberg? He wondered. "Let me wait and see." It was an iceberg and it was growing bigger and coming closer. Fleet was nervous. He rang the ship's bell. "What's the matter?" asked a voice. "Anything serious?" "Yes, an iceberg ahead," replied Fleet. "Thank you," the voice said. But nothing happened. The ship did not even turn. Both Fleet and Lee watched the iceberg. It was like a huge mountain. They were frightened. Suddenly something happened to the ship. The front of the ship swung to the left and the iceberg glided along the right side of the ship. "Has anything happened to the ship?" wondered Fleet. "Impossible. Nothing can happen to the Titanic. She can never sink." But another officer saw something strange in the air, pieces of ice. Then he felt a difference in the sound of the engines. He also saw the huge iceberg perhaps 100 feet above the water at the back of the ship. The night was still clear. And the sea was calm. The life inside the ship was as smooth as the sea outside. Passengers were gay and carefree. Some were smoking, some were playing cards and some were drinking and chatting. But no one was talking about the iceberg. In fact, no one knew about it. But suddenly they were all on their feet. What happened? Did anyone hear the word iceberg? No, none. They only felt a mild shock. Perhaps the ship shook a little. But what is an iceberg? The take can never sink. The passengers returned to games and cigarettes. Some felt tired and they went. Suddenly the engines of the ship stopped. The water hose crashed down and the sea flowed in. Soon the leak went out. The siren sounded and the telegraph rang wildly. But it was too late. The Titanic was sinking. Only 700 passengers were able to get to the lifeboats. The rescue ships were not able to save any of the remaining passengers. In less than 3 hours the Titanic sank to the bottom of the ocean and about 1,500 people lost their lives.